always listen to you. And my 7 on 7 and 7, so Route 7 goes up. It's a north-south road. It goes from Long Island Sound, so southern Connecticut, all the way to Massachusetts, and up through Vermont for that matter. But it's on the western side of Connecticut. I happen to be on Route 7. There are 7 breweries right around Route 7. So if you take the trail that I described and start in a town called Richfield at Nod Hill, which is a brewery down there, and you take the trail that I tell you to take, there are 7 of us on Route 7, and we're about 3 miles from one another, which is about 15 minutes. So if you discipline yourself to, say, a flight or a pint, you could probably finish that in 45 minutes comfortably. It's 15 minutes to do your 3 miles to get from one to the next. So your 45 and 15 is 60, which is 1 hour. So there's 7 of us on Route 7 that you can get done in 7 hours. So 7 on 7 and 7. And that works, believe it or not. I get a lot of people. I said, look, you got to come visit me, though, because it's my idea.
Obviously, yeah.
So that's what I tell people if they're going to visit Connecticut and they want to visit breweries. Every brewery is a different experience. There's 122 of us. I can't tell you I've been to every one, but I've probably been to 7 or 8 breweries. And although we're all doing, IPAs and we're all doing sours, we're all doing lagers, we're all doing the basic styles, but every one of us has a different flavor profile, definitely a different surrounding, a different energy, different cosmetics, different appearance. So it's not the same old 122. We're all very unique and all have a very, very defined brand. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
now, if somebody were... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like I said, we're very community-minded. I mean, we have no problem sending somebody to another brewery.
Right, because I imagine there's other breweries sending people over to you guys as well.
Yeah, I would hope. I don't know that for a fact, but I would hope. I think we're all doing it. Yep.
Now, if someone were to walk in and had never had y'all's beer before, like you said, they're going on the 7 on 7 and 7, what flight would you give them?
That's a great question. My wife and I are always at fisticuffs with it. If you get my wife, you will get 10 samples in front of you, whether you ask for them or not. And I wonder why my flight tickets are down. She will sample you on every beer we have on draft. And we have cider and wine and that kind of stuff too, but she will sample you on every beer we have on draft. We try to qualify though. I mean, if it's me, I'll try to qualify. Do you want an IPA? You want malt forward, hop forward, sours, wheat, lagers? You want a big beer? Do you want a big alcohol? Do you want we have everything. I mean, even though we rotate our beers, we maintain a menu that's very well balanced. And there's something for if you're in beer world, there's something for everyone on our draft line. Always. Always, always, always.
I love that.
Yeah, we pride ourselves on that. When I put the brew schedule together, I'm always thinking out 4 or 5 weeks. What are we going to need? What are we going to need? And that's what we brew against.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way you really got to do it when you plan out beers. You can't just be, oh, I have an idea. Let me do it now. It's like, no, what does, like you said, what does 4 weeks out look like? Where are we going to be? What, now that you've been in it this will be your 12th year, you kind of have an idea like, all right, well, normally this month, this sells really well, or this time of year, this sells really well. And then, you're also kind of checking the weather as much as you can that far out as well, especially up where you guys are.
Yep. No, absolutely. All of the above. You're absolutely correct. But the key is we want to I do not, some of the breweries in Connecticut, they're all IPAs because that's a big style up here. You're lucky if you can get 4 out of my 10 IPAs with me. There's one of everything. I mean, I've got a double up there. I've got a hazy New England up there. I've got the Wadsworth for the West Coast up there, the Session. So I've got the 4 up there. and they're different. So I'll hit your palate. I'm not worried about that. But you're not going to come up here and have 5 hazy IPAs on my draft line. That we don't do. So that's the planning. It's, you don't want to. I don't want 5 hazy IPAs in my cooler, waiting for the other 4, to kick before I put the 5th one on. Meanwhile, it's aging, and as you know, the beer doesn't want to be aged.
It does not age quite as well as people want it to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, it's good because you need that variety for, people that do like this, but they don't like this, or they, are curious about this and they might try it and like, oh, well, I see it on there. Let me give it a chance. But you can't just have, all right, this is all we do. This is the only thing we do, because, I mean, as much as there are a audience and public for that, having the variety is great for everybody, because you, like we were talking about earlier, you have people that come into breweries that don't really know what beer they really enjoy. So if you have a little bit of everything, you can really kind of hit all the different taste buds that they didn't know that they wanted.
Right. No, that's exactly correct. Right. And, we do have people that come here with somebody else that doesn't want beer. So that's why we have the hard cider, we have seltzers, we've got wines. So we don't want you to leave. We want you to stay and have a good time, and no excuse to leave. No excuse to leave. So I'm just looking to. I have a meeting in town hall at 1:30.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions that you wanted to hit?
I just have a quick segment. I call it the 5 count. It's just 5 random questions. Just answer as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you were on America's Got Talent, what would your talent be?
Shit. Probably brewing.
Okay, there you go. If you were a pro wrestler or MMA fighter, what would your name be?
Got beer?
What are you nerding out on right now?
Oh, God. My site was hacked into.
Oh.
So, yes. That's what I was doing this morning. Yeah. That's nerdy. Don't like doing that at all.
No, I can imagine.
I'm trying to quarantine the malware. So that's pretty nerdy.
Yeah, very nerdy.
Why anybody would do that to a beer guy? There's no money. They're just doing it for the jollies.
Yeah, they're just bored. It's unfortunate. Who or what inspires you?
This is going to sound funny. I've been married to my wife for 42 years, and she is literally the rock behind me. She got me into this business, and she got me a poster many, many years ago. It says, never, 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 never give up. It was a quote by Winston Churchill, and it's framed and in my office.
Awesome. And what would you tell your 17-year-old self?
Say it again?
What would you tell your 17-year-old self?
Oh. Wow. What would I tell my 17-year-old self? Huh. I don't know, do what you like doing.
There you go. I like that. If people wanted to find out more about y'all, try your beer, follow you online, come to the brewery, how can they do all those things?
So we have a really dynamic Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. They outline all of our events, everything we do. It gets hit every day. It gets updated. And then, of course, the website. I would tell you it's more function over form. It's not going to win any awards for its appearance, but everything you want to know about Charter Oak is on there. It'll give you. The thing that gets hit the most is the events. Every week we have dozens of events. They're all on there, and the beers that we have on tap. So those 2 pages are hit zillions of times every day. But the website's very functional. Not very pretty, but very functional. And it tells you the story, how we got started. There's a contact us if you have a question or you need anything. So it's like I said, it's a very functional website. But the social is the way I think most people hear about us, deal with us, et cetera. And then we have an email blast, but that's here and there.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for your time. I've loved this conversation. I will definitely make it up to Connecticut and for sure hit you up about that 7 on 7 and 7. And that sounds like a fun thing that I think more people need to look into, especially if you're in the area. So again, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys.
Yeah. Send me the link, and we'll put it on site too for your podcast when you get this thing all cleaned up and stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'll put it up.
What kind of time does that take you, John? A week or two, or hours, or minutes, or I would assume you edit this thing.
Yes, yeah, I edit a little bit. Usually, I just kind of keep it as a whole, just so people can there's no way people can misconstrue the way people are saying things. So how people like to do that nowadays.
Yep.
This one will actually probably come out middle of February, because right now I'm doing all dry January stuff, and then all the alcohol comes back in February. So yeah.
That's good. Good. All right. Hey, I'm just looking at the clock. I got a meeting down at the town hall. I got to rock and roll. John, good luck. I appreciate you finding us, and great conversation.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
You bet. Take care now.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you to P. Scott for being on the show. Charter Oak Brewery, if you are in the Connecticut area, go check them out. That whole Northeast area is pretty small compared to North Texas. Not, comparing sizes by any means, but geographically, it is a much smaller area, and it is so much easier to get around. So if you are in the Connecticut area or even around the Connecticut area, definitely go check out Charter Oak Brewery. They are phenomenal. And while you're doing that, make sure to tag us on social media and follow us. It is Brewsers Pod. That is BREWSCRSPOD on the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Threads. If you want to send us an email, it is brewserspod@gmail.com. If you want to follow me directly, it is Rodie John. That is RODIEJON. Rodie John is the name on the Twitter and on the Untapped. In case you want to find out what I'm drinking, maybe we can have a beer together. If you want to follow me on the Threads or the Instagram, it is official Rodie John. So, till next time, make sure to enjoy life, drink local, and cheers.